Over the years, Formula One cars have changed in many different ways, and next year is going to be a massive rule change in terms of the look of the cars. So today, what we're going to be doing is I might try and start a bit of a series with this with other F1 YouTubers, if you guys like it, of course. We're going to be ranking Formula One cars and certain teams in terms of not just their livery, but maybe the overall look of the car. Because whenever there's like a rule change, or if there's ever a loophole teams can get around, they will try some weird and strange ways to try and get the best aerodynamics out of their car as possible. And as you can tell by the attire that we are going to be wearing today, we're going to be doing Ferrari from 2010 all the way until the present day this season in 2021. In these type of videos, when it's just doing something completely different on Formula One and not F1 YouTube, I will be collaborating with a fellow F1 content creator, and of course I have another one today with me. It is Nick Golden. Nick? He, of course, has featured on the promotion videos that I have been doing as well. Nick, thank you so much for coming along today for doing me this video as well. Yeah, Ferrari as a whole, do you think, like, what's your overall opinion on Ferrari's cars over the years, and not just the years that we're doing now? What do you think of them?
Well, hello. Thanks for having me. To be honest, when you look back at Ferrari, I mean, Ferrari have always had a massive place in my heart. I'm a 1999 baby, so I was kind of born into F1 during Schumacher's, his glory days.
Right.
Hence the kid's jumper, actually. About 10 years. It's actually a large boy, so I was looking at it this morning.
Wow.
But that's why the sleeves are rolled up. But no, Ferrari, I mean, it's quite funny when we look back at the cars, because there have been so many technical regulation changes since 2010. And it's not really until we start going through this when I think you begin to realize just how much the cars have developed, and how advanced the cars are today compared to 10 years ago, just with regards, with aeros, with the likes of DRS, and something which 10 years ago didn't even exist. And obviously Ferrari, being the oldest team in the sport, have experienced all of it.
This is the tier list that we're going to be doing from the 2010 car up until the present day 2021 car. We have 5 different categories. We have the bedroom poster, the car that you want to have on your bedroom wall that is so good looking that you want everyone to say, you want to see that car every single day. You wake up and that car's in front of your face and you have a big smile on your face when you first get up, and it just makes your day very, very good. Next category down is decent. That's like it's a nice car. I do like it as well. Not quite bedroom poster kind of material, but it's like, yeah, I do like it. We've got meh, which just speaks for itself. It's just, I don't hate it, but I don't like it. Just completely meh. I've seen better. It's not the worst car in the world, but they could do a lot better, to be honest with you. And we've got file B1N, which basically means get in the bin. Get in the bin and just stay there. We don't ever want to see that car ever again. Right, let's kick things off then with the 2010 car, the F10. Nick, what do you think then of the 2010 car, both on livery and overall design? Where do you think, now actually before I do say that, we'll kind of discuss what we think where should go, and we'll try and meet in the middle if we possibly can, whether we agree on it or disagree on it, it'll be up to us. So yeah, Nick, where are you going to put the 2010 car?
The 2010 car, just by looks alone, it's very basic, which actually I think is a good thing. Also because 2010 was the last season of the classic Ferrari title sponsor, the Marlboro, the cigarette company, funnily enough. And for that alone, that's what they had during the Schumacher days, during the Lacey days. I think they were their main sponsor since 1990. I might get that wrong. It's been a long time. So for that alone, for the nostalgia, I would put it in bedroom poster. But 2010 is famous for quite a significant incident, a certain Hockenheim and team orders. So for me, that just knocks it down, because I like Massa, to be quite honest. When Schumacher retired, I kind of was a bit of a Massa fanboy. And the disrespect that Ferrari showed him, I thought was disgusting. So personally, for that alone, I would say file bin.
Oh, that's just completely different. 1 minute it was bedroom poster, now it is file B1N. Now, I don't know where. I like the 2010 cars. I like the 2010 McLaren. That's one of my favourite ever F1 cars because that's the car I grew. 2010 was my first year, and I loved that car. The Ferrari car, it's nice, but it's not quite. It's not like. I don't look at it and go, wow, what a car that was. I think we should.
Sorry, it was 2010 as well that you had the last round at Abu Dhabi. When there was it 4 drivers could win the title going into the last race?
Yes, I think it was Webber, Alonso, Vettel, and Hamilton.
Was it Button or Hamilton?
No, I think it was Hamilton because I remember Hamilton had to win, but everyone else had to retire. The other challengers. I remember watching that race going, come on, Hamilton, but it was just a long shot. It was never going to happen.
Everyone retired, possibly like one of the most boring races on the calendar.
Oh, it's a terrible track. So I would put it in decent, but you're going to say foul of B1N. So should we say about meh?
I think meh, because like I said, if it wasn't for the whole Hockenheim incident, I would have put it in bedroom poster purely for the legendary, like title sponsor.
So let's move on then to the following year, the 2011, the F150 Italia. I'm going to straight away, I'm going to put it in decent. Now, the car itself was awful. It wasn't awful, but it had one win to its name. Fernando Alonso at Britain 2011. But this car, I genuinely like this car. What I put it as bedroom poster though. I think because of the performance, I would say it's a nice car, but I wouldn't have it on my wall. So if anyone come over and be like, "Oh, I take that car did well," no, it only had one win to its name. It's, why is it on your wall? You know what I mean? So I would put it in decent because I think that is a very good looking car. It's very neat, it's just tightly packed, white as well. Again, you've got the Scuderia Ferrari on the engine cover, which I think makes it look even better than the barcode, in my opinion. Nick, what are you thinking then of the 2011 car? What's your opinions of it?
I think I'll agree with you. The decent. I think it just looks. There's nothing overly special about it. They've not gone over the top. It's just a nice car to look at, and obviously
it's neat. It's
very it is. That's the perfect neat. That is the perfect. It's like they've drawn within the lines. They've not gone over it or anything.
Very nice. Yeah.
It's a nice. I would say decent. It's not bedroom post 6. It doesn't you don't look at it and just want to stare at it all day. Like it's decent.
Yeah. I think that's just pretty much how we should say it. It's decent as well. Yeah. It got one win, no pole position, and it got 10 podiums, and they finished third in the constructors on 375 points. Next up is the 2012 car, everyone's favourite design of cars this year because of that ugly box nose. Nick, this isn't going in bedroom poster, is it?
Look, you could honestly fit a small house under that nose. Look at the size of it. It's just. I would love to know who designed this and thought, you know what, that's a good idea. It's quite clearly not going to win any beauty pageants or anything. So no, definitely not bedroom poster. I mean, the funny thing is, I would probably say I've seen better because there are some cars in here where Ferrari obviously didn't get the gist of designing their front wings very well. Because there are some years coming up where it actually gets worse. I think because of that, for me, I've seen better.
I would agree. I was going to say meh or I've seen better. I think the rear of the car, because again that's more flamboyant. It's got more wings. It's got a bit of a shark fin as well at the rear compared to the 2011 car. It's got more going on at the rear. But I just can't get over the box nose. The stepped box, I just can't get over it. Like, the step noses in 2012 weren't brilliant, but they were okay. I'm used to them now. I look at it and go, it's all right. But the box for Ferrari, even to this day, I can't get over it. Yet somehow Fernando Alonso managed to take this car all the way to the very end of the championship. I mean, how? It was a pile of garbage. You know what I mean? This car, what really, really was. But Alonso did wonders that year. Got 2 wins. No, he didn't. He got 3 wins to his name. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong stats. Very professional. He got 3 wins to his name this season, all with Alonso, of course. But I'm going to agree. I'm going to put it in. I've seen better. Let's go on then to the 2013 car, the F138. This was the year you had the final lineup of Massa and Alonso. And Alonso fans, you don't want to hear this. This was Alonso's final win in Formula One to date. Probably will be, unless Alpine get their act together. Yeah, he took 2 wins. Alonso took 2 wins here. He took 1 in China and 1 in Spain, and that was his 32nd and final win so far.
Was it 2012 that he won? It was 2012 he won at Valencia, wasn't it?
Yes, I think he started like 11th, didn't he? He started 11th, and then he ended up winning the Grand Prix because I think he had a good drive, and then Vettel retired. Hamilton hit. Maldonado hit Hamilton. It was carnage. But 2013, I'm gonna say meh. I can't put it in I've seen better because I think it's better. It's better. You still have the box nose at the front, but I think the car looks better overall because they've added in a bit of black to it at the bottom instead of it's just all white. At the bottom of the 2012 car, it was just all red. They've added in a bit of black with a bit of white at the bottom, and I think that improves things. You've got a straighter nose. Yes, it's a box, so that takes points away in my view. But I would just put it in meh for me. It's an improvement, but I wouldn't say it's probably borderline between decent and meh. But I don't think of the 2013 car as a good looking, like, amazing car. I just think of it as meh in my view. What do you think of it, Nick? What do you think?
To be honest, it's definitely better than I've seen better because we can't class 2012 with 2013 because that box nose on 2012 is just something else. I would agree with you with meh because it's not quite as boxed. That probably makes absolutely no sense. But it's not quite as boxed. Like, for example, the 2012, the thing I hate the most with the 2012 is on the front nose. They've got that little slope down. Like, it's just,
yes.
Oh, I just, like, right in the driver's eye line. That just annoys me.
Right. I think we're going to be on the same page with this one for this next car, the 2014 F14T. I think they called it the F14T because it was called the F14 Trash. This car was terrible. It was an awful car. It's an awful looking car. It was slow. It was rubbish. For me, easily, it's file B1N. I can't say... I can't put that in the same category as the Ferrari F2012. I don't know about you, but I think it's an ugly car to begin with.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But it's literally like they've gone from thinking, like the designers have gone from thinking, you know what, we're gonna have a box. No, let's change that. Let's make a kids play slide. I don't like who looks at that and think like, how can a designer at the end of it, like by the time the car's finished, look at it and think, you know what, we've done a good job here.
I mean, this is Ferrari we're talking about, to be fair. I mean, they've done some strange decisions where we're like, how have you approved that? How has that even went ahead?
It's just hideous, isn't it? Like,
let's move on from that. Let's go on to the 2015 car, which was, for me, a massive improvement. I think the rear of the car looks similar to 2014. I just think they just totally redesigned the car, and I like it. I like the longer nose. Vettel's first year in Ferrari, it was a positive year because 2014 was such a struggle year. It was unreliable for Ferrari. They were underpowered. Didn't win a single Grand Prix, and yet here we are 2 races in, and Vettel's outpaced the Mercedes in Malaysia, and we're like, oh, okay. Here we go. Now we've got a championship on our hands here. Vettel, difficult year in 2014. Vettel is back. How many times have we said that since 2015? So I'm... where do I put this one? Where do I put... Nick, where would you put the 2015 car, actually? What's your thoughts of this car?
2015 very much marked, the resurrection, you could say, of Ferrari. Obviously, Alonso left and Vettel came in, and this was kind of their start of their charge back towards the front. The same process that really they're having to go through again now.
Yeah, true.
So it's not bedroom poster for me.
No, 100%.
However, it's better than meh for me, at least. I would comfortably place it in decent.
Comfortably place it. I would, similar to the 2013 car, I would probably put it in decent and meh, but if there was a middle bit, I'll probably I'm in between. I'll look at it and go, it's a nice car, but I'm not like mad about it. But if I had to choose what was better looking between the 2013 car and the 2015 car, I would probably say 2015. Controversial, probably, but I would probably say 2015 did look that bit better. I do like it, so I agree. We'll put it in decent. We'll put it in decent. It was a decent car. When things go up, they must come down, and things definitely came down with this 2016 car. The strange thing about the 2016 car though is Nick, is it's not the worst car Ferrari have. It's probably the best car. One of the best cars Ferrari have never won with, if you know what I mean, in recent years. Like Ferrari, they've had a few winless years, 2014 being one of them. That car was terrible. But this car wasn't that bad. It was just, I think Mercedes were obviously the won every race bar too, and I think Red Bull were just better on the day. I think when Mercedes weren't down, Red Bull were at their better tracks. Spain and Malaysia was the other one when Hamilton had his engine blown up, but they didn't win a single race in 2016. A handful of podiums. What do you think? What do you think of the 26? What do you think of the 2016 car, then, Nick?
For me, it's not decent. This is going to sound weird, but it's like there's too much white. It just doesn't.
Completely agree. Completely agree with that.
Maybe if they possibly, it's kind of like they've gone red, a little black line, white. Like it just doesn't look faded well together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like you said, it wasn't their best season. I think I remember 2016 they had a lot of strategy errors, and also it was 2016 that completely changed the topic that Verstappen took his win.
Yes. That was his win. Obviously, Mercedes has crashed. I think that's when Ricardo could have won that race, but then he got screwed over on strategy. Then Verstappen took the lead. Raikkonen was chasing him down. Raikkonen could have won that race. Vettel was chasing Verstappen and Raikkonen down as well. But ultimately, I think if it had been at any other track, it might have been win Ferrari. But it was at Spain. It's hard to overtake in Spain. And Max, hey, he's a good driver. He defended well that day. Again, whenever I think of this car, I think of Mexico 2016 when Vettel was telling Charlie to do one. If you remember that one, that was comical. That.
It's a hard one, to be honest. I was just, whilst we were talking, I was just kind of thinking.
I'm leaning more towards I've seen better, purely because of that white. It's not a bad looking car.
See, I was thinking after I just slagged it off for a minute, I'm looking at it now and I'm actually thinking it doesn't actually look that bad. I think, you know what I think it is? It's because it's different. Like, it's not traditional Ferrari.
That's true. That is true, yeah. But see, we're F1 fans. We don't like different. That's the trouble. We don't like change. we want everything to be the same since 1950. So
wait for Nick to say, wait for Azerbaijan, Hamilton will win, and they'll be saying, "Well, we want change."
So where would you say 2016? Meh.
I'm really struggling with this one because, like, at the first look, I was generally thinking, I've seen better or possibly foul B1M, but now I'm thinking it could even be decent. Maybe we're just being
decent.
Maybe we're just being too judgmental because it's different.
That's true. That is true.
We should not, be critical on Ferrari trying to be different.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I think okay. Then we'll put it in decent. I don't know what the community thinks.
No, it's leaving decent.
leaving decent.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Yeah. If we can, we can always change them at the end if we have like second thoughts. Because like you said, you think playing on your mind, and you go back to it and you're like, hang on a minute. You see another car and you're like, oh wait, actually I like that. I prefer that car to this other car. So things might be changing. So 2016 was the last year of these rules and regulations. 2017, the cars got lower, they got wider, they got faster. It was a very good year. One of the best looking car generations, in my opinion. Some of them were nice, some of them weren't so nice. Reintroduction of shark fins, they came back. The SF, the SF70H? This one was it? Wait there, where's my note? SF70H, I'm right. It was 2017. I got this jacket from the 2017 jacket, so this is my time. I'm gonna put it out there, Nick. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm putting this bedroom poster. I've gone for it. The thing that I looked at, the cars, yes, all right, it was very difficult to overtake. It was difficult to follow the cars ever since these rules got introduced. But the cars this year look so aggressive and gorgeous. But the shark, obviously, the introduction of shark fins, I didn't mind the shark fins. I think they look pretty nice, just depending on how you did it. Ferrari had a bit of a curve in their shark fin. Other teams like Red Bull and McLaren, they didn't. It was just a straight cut, and that for me ruined the design. But the two cars for me that stand out, maybe no, but I think Mercedes had a nice car, but then they changed it. But I'm going to say the two cars that stand out for me in 2017 was the Toro Rosso car when they went from the red sort of dark blue to Red Bull. They went to the Cola livery with the lighter blue, the silver, and then a bit of a darker red. That was 2017 when they changed the livery completely. It was gorgeous, that car. But we're not doing about Toro Rosso, we're doing about Ferrari, and the other car is this Ferrari, the SF70. I love this car. For me, my opinion would be bedroom poster. But where are you putting it though, Nick? Where do you stand with the 2017 Ferrari?
It looked beautiful for the first 3 seconds at Singapore.
Oh yeah, oh dearie me, every Ferrari fan just said, oh, what could have been? What could have been?
You know what? It's definitely like, it's at least decent, but I'm thinking that you seem quite emotionally attached to this one. I think as a McLaren person, go on, put in bedroom poster.
Put in bedroom poster, because I could have that car right there in the corner of my room. I could. So I'm putting in bedroom poster 100%. I might. To be fair, maybe people are going absolutely mental at me, but every angle I look at that car, I just think, I just go, wow, what a car. It wasn't the better. Ferrari had a brilliant year this year. They unfortunately didn't quite make it to the very end of the championship. Didn't take it to the wire, but it was a quick car. So from 2017 then to 2018, where the Ferrari car, in my opinion, this is, out of all the cars we've spoken about, this is Ferrari's best car by far. The 2018 car. This should have won the championship. This was the fastest car on the grid, but speed isn't everything. It's all about consistency, and this car didn't have consistency. Where are we putting it? Nick? Where would you rank the 2018 Ferrari, the SF71H? I think it's called.
I think it's a good looking. Yes. I think it's a good looking car. I don't know. I think it's not bedroom poster for me, but it's also not meh. So I guess that leaves it only decent.
Indecent. I think it's a good looking car. But my main issue is with the livery. Now, in 2017 was the final year of the Santander partnership that Ferrari had with, obviously, Santander had with Ferrari, the title sponsorship that ended in 2017. The car looks bare. It just looks like Ferrari had that white and like a little bit of white, not too much white like in 2016, but it had that white, the Santander white, and it looks very, it works. But now they've got a little bit of white and just nothing at all. Now they did introduce the mission we're now later on in the year, which improved the car, but they didn't run it throughout the course of the season, so I'm not counting that. So this went down a bit in my estimations. It's a nice looking car, but the livery just looked bare, looks bland. I just think it's like the 2017 car was bread and butter. Bread with butter on. Nice. But then the 2018 car was bread with no butter on. Like,
just plain. It's a plain loaf of bread.
Just like it. Yeah, I mean, it's all right, but I want butter on. So
you want butter.
that was a strange analogy. I know that probably made no sense. It's like, what the hell are you on about? So I think, okay, on performances alone, should we put it in decent? Because it was a decent car, wasn't it?
It was. You saying that it does, but maybe that's the reason why I like it. Because it's plain. Maybe I like my bread. Maybe I like my bread plain.
Do you?
Well, no. I just sit there just munching like pieces of bread. No, you make a valid point. So I'm thinking it's nowhere near as bad as 2012.
No,
it's just, so I think meh. Or here's a theory: moving 2012 to file B1N and then putting 2018 into I've seen better, possibly,
Ooh, that could be interesting.
because I don't want to like. I feel like we can't, put 2012 and 2018 into the. I almost feel
Yeah.
2012 needs its own category, like just right in the corner or something.
You could do that, but not getting away from the livery a bit. The 2012 car went to the final race with a chance of winning the championship. The 2018 car didn't.
Oh,
That's where I'm a bit like,
stuck.
I would put it higher. Livery, if purely on car alone, I could.
Meh.
I think the
I think
because
it'll be meh.
the two totally different cars. But for me, for this one, I think livery between those two, I think livery's out the equation. I think just on car performance alone, I would say I would put the 2018.
You want to put it in meh, don't you? You want to say it, but you're afraid to.
This is a tough one.
It's like
It's better looking than 2012, but I think we'll keep the 2012 car and I've seen better, because like the thing that did justice was that it did have a chance of winning the championship.
Yeah.
The 2018 car was quick. It was quick and it was better looking, but it didn't go all the way to the end. So I think we should put it in meh.
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 Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. Go for it. That sounds.
Should we go for meh?
It sounds about right. Yeah.
Or do we put in decent? I don't know with this one. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, yeah. That we'll come back to it. I might change my mind. I don't know. With meh, we'll stick it in meh. I bet everyone's going mental at us right now. Right. Okay. So then, 2019, first season with Charles Leclerc, the young Ferrari junior driver, coming into Ferrari for the first time, and then they go from white to black. Very different from Ferrari this year. Yeah, 2019 car, quick in some cases until it got to the US of A, and then all of a sudden it lost about half a second of pace. Don't know why that is. Where are you putting the 2019 car, Nick? What about what do you like? What do you think? What do you think of the black actually? Because, like I said, you don't mind a bit different. We're like F1. Sometimes we don't like different. Ferrari have had all their cars have had a bit of white in it. Now we're going to black for 2019. What are you thinking?
I really like it.
You like it?
You know what? For me, it's bedroom poster. I just think
bedroom poster. Oh wow. Oh, okay.
It seems to sound really stupid, but to me, it just looks fast. Like it just.
Yeah.
It just looks smart because it's not like. I think this year, it wasn't it wasn't the normal shade of Ferrari red. It was a slightly darker one. It was more matty.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Because it was because they then had on the engine cover it was red with then like the black mission winner thingy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then they had the number in white, and I just think it just looks so.
Yeah, it's smart.
Honestly, bedroom poster for me.
Do you know what actually? Yeah, I think I'll put in bedroom poster because I think I went on a lot about the 2017 car. I think by the sounds of it, you love the 2019 car, and I agree. For me personally, would I have on my bedroom poster? Would it be a bedroom poster? No. I would put it in decent, definitely in decent. It's not meh for me. I generally do like it. But I'll put it in bedroom poster because, like I said, you really do like that car. One thing, what you said there as well about the numbers being being a white with a black background. The thing that I loved as well, that do you know how like they had the Monegasque flag at the small Monegasque flag at the top of the number for Charles Leclerc, and then the one for Germany for Sebastian Vettel. That was such a nice touch, and I think that added. So definitely. Okay, we'll put the bedroom poster here for the Ferrari 2019 car. So from 2019, we'll go straight back down to earth with 2020. The worst, on performance alone, the worst car out of the bunch. Because 2010 introduced the new point scoring system for 25 points for a race win, 18 for second place, 15 points for third place, and so forth. So it was fair to judge the cars on points alone. And out of all the cars, this one took the least amount of points. I think it took like 130 odd. Wait, where's my notes at? It took 131 points and finished 6th. Every other car finished over 350. I think, or 300 points. Every other car at least over 300, I believe. Just going through my notes just to make sure. Yes, they did. They did. So this one did appalling. I could 2020.
You know what? Just from you saying that, I think there's only one place it can go.
Yeah, I think it is.
Like, I think no matter how, it could be the most like beautiful car in the world, but it won't matter.
I think, yeah, it's going in bedroom poster. You're absolutely right, mate. I mean, it's
There's not a place for it. Like Ferrari are where they should be. You know?
it's going in file B1N, guys. Wow, a heap of rubbish. I mean, to be fair, it was again, that car's bland because obviously the Michelin now, yes, it wasn't legalized in certain countries, but they took away the black. What are you doing? They took away the black and had this like sort of glossy where the number was, and then they went to this retro number thing. It's like, what have you done? Give us our black back.
They've got in 2019 to, adding some Marmite. They've not just got the butter, they've got the Marmite as well. And then for 2020, they decided, you know what? We don't want Marmite. We don't even want butter. We just want bread.
Who just wants bread?
Well,
Rotten ducks. Same wavelength there. It's going in file B1N. It was a heap of crap, heap of rubbish. The car doesn't look that good. And yeah, so then we move on then to this season's car, the 2021 car. We're recording this a few days after the Monaco Grand Prix. It got its first pole position, and it got its first podium with Carlos Sainz. Could have got its first race win with Charles Leclerc. Oh, what could have been, man? What could have been?
Because it got its first DNF from pole. Not many cars can say they got pole and never fit a light and didn't even start from pole. It all just felt too good to be true when they put out the tweet. I think it was actually on Saturday evening. They put out a tweet saying they've checked the gearbox, they've checked the car and everything's fine. It just I don't know. It almost felt too good to be true, and obviously in the end, it was. It was. I think I just had I think a lot of people had got a feeling that there was not going to be something right. Leclerc must have sleeping at night must have been impossible.
So when Ferrari launched this car, now first of all, this car is a big improvement on last year, of course, as we can see that now. They're currently fourth, 2 points behind McLaren, heading into the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in 2021. So when they launched this car, the one thing that everyone was talking about was that green logo for Michelin now. Is it?
I just don't get it.
See. I don't get it either. But for me, I'm not bothered by it anymore. I'm a bit like, it's there, but I don't think about it now. I'm just like, all right. When I first seen it, I was just like, oh, come on, Ferrari. What on earth is this? But that's marketing because everyone's talking about it. Good thinking. I like it. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it now. I don't get it still. But I mean, it doesn't do anything for me. The rear of the car where it goes dark red. No. For me, it's just gonna go in meh. At the moment in time, meh. But this car could easily grow on us as the season progresses, and possibly in the next few years, maybe. But at this time in this current season, I would put it in meh. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I agree with you. It's just weird. Like they've got some colours on the car that just don't go well together. Like who mixes yellow and green together? I think it is meh. It's not like.
Yeah, I don't.
It's better than I've seen better.
Yeah, it is better than I've seen better. Yeah, it's not. It's not standout car, but it's not terrible at least. And to be fair, it actually currently it is having a pretty good season. So yeah, so there we go. We've done all 11 cars, I believe, or 12 cars. Can't count 12 cars. So before we leave, then Nick, do you want to change any of those cars? Have you thought about any of them? Are you like, I don't know about this one?
I mean, there is one I'm kind of drawn to, and that's 2010. To be quite honest, I think we should put in decent. I don't know. I think for nostalgia, like being the last year being the last year of like their longest title sponsor. And actually, I think it is genuinely nice looking car. Like, it's not had all these aerodynamics thrown at it. It's, it hasn't even got KERS or DRS. Like, that's just shows how long ago it was.
Yeah, and to be fair, it did have a chance in the championship, which the three cars above didn't. So
That's
yeah,
some very deep thinking.
it is deep thinking. It is deep thinking. So we'll put it in decent then. I think yeah, I agree with that. I'm just looking through if anything.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I think there's nothing I would change. Yeah, meh for them cars. Yeah, no, I think that is for me. Well, for me and yourself, Nick. I think that is. I think that could be a job well done until we read the comments and everyone's just going mental at us for putting a certain car in a certain position. But hey, that is F1 YouTube. But yeah, so there we go. But then we have ranked the Ferrari cars of 2010 till 2021. Yeah, Nick, thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me. But before we go, do you just want to have a quick promotion about yourself, about what you do, plans coming up for your YouTube channel as well? Just if anyone is interested in knowing what it is you do.
How you throwing this on me? So basically, guys, if you want to check out my channel, it's literally Nick Golding. At the moment, there's a lot of geoguesses, a lot of tip makers, similar to this. There are some big videos coming up. I'm currently planning on a few vlogs. I'm going on a few little trips coming up, and I do a little bit of karting on the side. Nothing special. Not the next Lando. But yeah, I'm hopefully can start recording some of that, so something a bit different. And to be honest, hopefully interacting with some of you guys, because we're all in this for the same thing. That's to make videos that you guys enjoy. So yeah, please let me know anything you'd like to see, or if you'd like to get involved in the channel. And yeah, give me a sub, follow on Twitter or anything, and hopefully I'll see you guys at some point in the future.
Yeah, so go and subscribe to his channel. Links to his YouTube and Nick's Twitter will be in the description below. So go and check him out. Go and show him support. Go and watch his videos. Subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. I'll leave a link to this tier list in the description below as well. If you want to have a go at ranking the Ferraris as well, which one would you change? Which do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Which one would you say that you massively massively disagree with? Which one would you change as well? Do it for yourself, screenshot it and post it on Twitter, and you just tag us at F1_YouTube if you want to do that. But guys, thank you so much for watching as well. Watch what you're doing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.